Hello, McFluffy52 here, back with some more March of the Machine action, and today we're playing a deck that I like to call Angels of Automation because we're playing prototypes with a angel sub-theme or like tribal here. Because we're playing Giada, Font of Hope, which can cast angel spells or help us cast angel spells and puts +1 counters on angels. But we're playing the new, probably one of my favorite rares from the set, Guardian of Ghirapur, 3 mana, flying 3/3. Angel, when it enters the battlefield, we get to exile target creature or artifact we control and then return it at our end step. Well, if you return or like blink a prototype card, so we prototype this in for 2 mana for a 2/2 with vigilance, and you can tap and pay 1 to put a +1 counter on it. Well, it then comes back as a 4/5 with vigilance, which is super awesome. So if we can go ahead and kind of combo together with our Guardian of Ghirapur and these prototype cards, that's amazing. Also, we have a prototype card that's also an angel, which seems to just fit amazingly in this deck because it works with Giada and also works with the sort of blink sub-theme that we have going. We have Touch the Spirit Realm, which can also blink and remove. We have Undying Malice, so if they go to remove something, we can actually return it to the battlefield, and if we return a prototype creature to the battlefield, it comes as its full cost, so we can protect our Phyrexian Fleshgorger and kind of scam our opponent into getting us a large creature. We also are playing Archangel Elspeth because it can give +2 counters, send things flying, so sending a Phyrexian Fleshgorger flying, that's awesome. And it can also make it into an angel, so if we play any angels in the future with Giada, they're even bigger. And then lastly, 1 copy of Brilliant Restoration because all the prototype creatures are artifacts or enchantments, and if we discard it, Touch the Spirit Realm, we can also return that. Super cool. Hopefully, we can see how we do on the rank ladder here. Hopefully, we'll do well. Though, if you have any questions about the deck list is in the description. You can see the full deck on Aether Hub. Feel free to ask me questions in the comments below, as well as if you join the Discord in the description, you can chat with me or ask me questions there and chat with other Magic the Gathering players. All right. Oh my goodness, this is about the worst hand we could have imagined. 4 lands and no creatures, not even particularly good interaction. Alright, here we go. That is much better. I think we'll go ahead and get rid of the Corrupted Conviction and keep it at this. If we can keep our Giada here alive, we'll actually be able to play the Inspiring Overseer using its mana. But we actually drew into a land, so we will be perfectly fine. Uh, though Yeah, that bit annoying. Good thing we drew into another land. We can play out this Phyrexian Fleshgorger. Though it looks like they're holding up removal here, so you know what, we're just gonna play out this. Keep the Phyrexian Fleshgorger until our opponent doesn't have an instant speed to immediately trade off with it. Though it is kind of a problem that they're playing Go for the Throat because it can't kill our artifact creatures. That is one fun thing about playing these like prototype creatures. They're artifact creatures, so it can actually be difficult to remove in some cases, which is fun. Probably should have held off playing this until after we attacked in, just in case they went for a removal spell on the Inspiring Overseer, but it's fine. We we do kind of have a problem if our opponent is using exile removal, because that will screw up the whole Undying Malice plan. We're only running 2 copies of Undying Malice just because often you don't need a deck full of protection spells, because then you draw into the protection spell when you would have probably just preferred to draw into some actual action. Alright, you can go ahead attacking. Opponent hasn't really been doing nothing. Do they have an Emperor? They don't even have an Emperor. Are they just playing to Farewell here? That's a good question. Let me go ahead and turn down the music here. Ah, yes. Farewell to Sunfall, the Electric Boogaloo. Darn it, that is quite frustrating. But we can kind of just play out like an ominous assembler here, and then there's literally nothing they can do to get past it. I don't think so. We'll just play out this for its full cost. And then next. I want to turn down the music here real quick. Alright. Void Rend. It returns the battlefield tap. Do we still want to do this? Probably not. You're a good dog. Okay. Yeah. I do like how the pets will react to things. Alright, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna actually play out this, and we're gonna play out this, and hope our opponent doesn't have exile removal, because then we are okay. Give this flying. I don't know why I had to click 3 times, but you know. End turn. Please have another Void Rend. It would do us great. Shieldred. Okay, well that is kind of annoying, but we'll be fine. Do we want to block with the Steel Seraph or the Autonomous Assembler? They don't do anything. Interesting. Okay, touch the Spirit Realm. That works to go ahead and remove our opponent's. And then in that case, I think what we'll go ahead and do here is we'll send this flying. Attack in with both. Get them down to 8. Hold off playing anything. We're going to keep on holding up this Undying Malice. We can also put a counter on our... That is annoying that they're going to exile again. Can't do anything about the exile with this Undying Malice, which is a bit problematic. Go ahead and put a +1 counter on it. My turn. Oh, that is perfect. Go ahead, send it flying. Think we'll get rid of the Wandering Emperor here real quick. We might lose our Elspeth though, so there is... I probably should have not played out the Elspeth, because if they remove this Autonomous Assembler, we're completely blown out. Well, they're only blown out if they find a way to exile it. If they don't exile it, we can still go ahead and... Alright, we'll go ahead and do this. Don't tell me you have another Emperor. Honestly, we'll take it because that
I've learned much during
we get rid of their Emperor, which is something.
I am almost sad to see you go.
Go ahead, fly out Steel Seraph. Put a +1 or a 1/1 down and going. Look at this flying.
Remember your training.
Gonna go in and attack, which is interesting. I mean, if I block like this, they only kill one of them. Alright, we'll just do this. Cast this. Do you have a Magus Sphere? You do not. So we go ahead, we protect it, we get it back, a 6/5. And then we can go ahead and attack in with our 1/1 here to finish off the Wandering Emperor. I think they might have another removal spell though. Oh, gross. Extremely gross. Oh, that one play ruined us. If I didn't tap down that assembler to put a +1 counter on, or to put the +1 counter on, kind of ruined us. Because like I could draw 2 cards here with this Corrupted Conviction, but we're also going to lose our entire health bar because Shieldred the Apocalypse exists. So we lose 2 life for each card we draw. Oh, thank goodness we found a Destroy Evil. Thank goodness. Destroy Evil is a great card for removing Shieldreds. Make disappear, sacrifice your Shieldred. Just march a Wretched Sorrow in response. It's an instant? Oh wow. Top deck a land, which is bad. But you know what we're going to be doing. Never tapping this Autonomous Assembler. Our opponent might have a go for the throat in hand, which they're... Teferi, that's bad. Not even a Brilliant Restoration helps us here because our opponent exiled everything under the sun. So we do get to cast the Steel Seraph here, which is huge because we can go ahead and send our Autonomous Assembler flying to go hit. They're up to 20 health. We had them down to 8, right? How did they gain so much health? How? Alright, Teferi seems like a danger here. Wandering Emperor, they can create another Samurai. They can also create another token here. I think we get rid of Teferi because they can draw on top of all that. We can kill the Emperor next turn.
Just keeps getting worse.
Yeah, this deck is not necessarily built to grind out the same way Planeswalker, Bankbuster, Farewell is designed to grind. Don't know if we can make a comeback from here. Well, that is the game sometimes. It do be the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Dang. Alright, next game. We'll put it together. We were doing quite well there. We got off the Undying Malice kind of like we wanted to. I don't think it was entirely the best use of it and everything, but I don't know if would we really have won the game if I didn't attack that Autonomous Assembler, but I think it would have been a strong start. But they would have just played out the Planeswalker eventually anyways, so I don't know. It's very hard to say. If this Giada lives, which is probably not going to, we can cast out this Inspiring Overseer the next turn without finding a land. We will see another card because we're going second, so we're going to be drawing a card on our upkeep, whereas the opponent doesn't because they play first. Corrupted Conviction and Invasion of New Capenna. This is our pseudo removal, but also has like a tribal reward here. 2 mana. When it enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice an artifact or creature. When you do, exile target artifact or creature an opponent controls. So we can go ahead and sack like one of our prototypes and then potentially flip them with like Undying Malice, or just in a pinch we sack something and get rid of exile, our opponent's best thing. Exile means we can get rid of like indestructible creatures. But the cool part is the Holy Frazzle Cannon. If we get to flip this battle, we get the Holy Frazzle Cannon, which is an equipment that equips for 1, and then whenever a creature attacks, put a +1 counter on it. Whenever equipped creature attacks, put a +1 counter on that creature and each other creature you control that shares a creature type with it. So we can go ahead and basically pump up all of our angels whenever the equipped creature attacks. So that's why we're playing it here. It kind of fits with the whole like sack flip feature of like prototypes and the whole tribal aspect of angels. Opponent probably has removal. I think our opponent's probably been scarred by mono red based off of the cards they're playing. A lot of life gain from our opponent here. Memory of Toshiro means they're on the invoke path here very shortly, so we might get Invoke Despaired. They have 4 mana open here, so I really do wonder what they have in hand. Just 4 invokes. Why would they have not played anything out? Okay, this is their chance to cast their instance. March of Wretched Sorrow. Wait for them to pay the ward here, and then we can sacrifice this to draw two. This is why we're playing Corrupted Conviction, just because we know things are going to get removed, and if we can do that in response, it's not that bad. We did manage to make our opponent pay 3 life first, because we let the ward resolve first, but... Yep, Memory or Life of Toshiro Umezawa is a ridiculously good card for removing small dorks like that. Okay, I think we'll go ahead and play a Steel Seraph here. We don't actually have anything else to hold up, which is a little awkward. Could have played out Inspiring Overseer and hoped to draw into a like 2-drop, a worthwhile 2-drop, but we'll just go ahead and go with this. Doesn't really matter what we pick, just pick something and then end turn. Opponent had 2 mana open, so they didn't cast any removal on Steel Seraph, so they don't have Infernal. Oh gosh, there's blue involved in this. I'm scared. Alright, we're finding land drops more rapidly than I'd expect, so we are slowly going to be able to just play a full cost Fleshgorger. Interesting. We'll go ahead. Let's play this out. See if we can draw into something. Alright, that's a land for next turn, so we can hard cast a Phyrexian Fleshgorger. We'll have 7 lands. 2/2 is not really that good into our opponent as it stands, but Kaito.
With the right tools, I can do it. Now
Is
this
this
is a juicy
Kamigawa Neon Dynasty exclusive? No. Hoarding Broodlord. Dimir Hoarding Broodlord. Interesting. Indeed. Alright, I think we'll go ahead attack in with this and see what our opponent does. No blocks. I will go ahead and play Phyrexian Fleshgorger then. Opponent will be able to convoke with these Memory of Toshiros out a Hoarding Broodlord. Considering they discarded one, I'm assuming they have one in hand. A little worried where this is going. We can play a Steel Seraph next turn to give our Phyrexian Fleshgorger flying, so that's something.
I know something.
We can also just sacrifice our Inspiring Overseer to get rid of a Broodlord if we want. Polarian or Teresian Mindbreaker, that is interesting. They're actually a mill deck. Kind of shocking. They are a mill deck. All along they were a mill deck. Strange. Did not expect that, but you know. Alright, these are no, that's a Phyrexian Worm. Weird. Alright, I think we'll go ahead and just do this. Oh wait, whoops. What do we want to get rid of? Get rid of their Nezumi Freewheeler. Target creature you control gains flying. This one, do that. Get rid of this. And I guess attack in on this right now. Oh wait, I can't actually pump the I thought I had 1 mana open. Oh, that's not good.
Big deal. I'll try again later.
Wait, okay. For a second there, I was like, where did her Fleshgorger go? That's still here. Oh, it's bad. It's very bad. Opponent probably has ways to return things from the graveyard to the battlefield. Archpriestess Shadows, yeah, that will do it. That does it. Gnawing Vermin. I would imagine you put it on your Gnawing Vermin. what would they return? Their Broodlord? Well, I think we're just gonna take one for the team here. Aw, you don't want to pay the life. Why not, opponent? Alright, we'll go ahead. Oh, Archpriest of the Shadows has Death Touch, so annoying. Oh man, I should have blinked the inspiring. Actually, no, we wouldn't have gotten the inspiring overseer back until end step. Okay. Are you gonna let us flip the battle? Or are you gonna block with the Toshira and the shadows? We'll kill both. And then when we'll blink the inspiring overseer to hopefully draw a card. And gain a life. It's a it's a land. It's a land. Cool. Once managed to hit 7 lands, we've managed to hit 10. We're flooding out a bit more than our opponent here, which is a bit unfortunate. I think we're gonna go ahead and do this to speed up the whole Angel beatdown. And then we'll equip this to equip it to the Guardian of Ghirapur here, and end the turn there. Whoops, I need to put a stop. Okay, our opponent is approaching Tolarian Tear Reanimation, or Unearthing. Oh wait, it's only 3 blue. They are doing it. There goes half our deck. No blocks. Yep. We top deck a land. Dope. Alright. Swing. Everything gets bigger. End turn. Okay, can we close it out? We do. Okay, awesome. My goodness. That was not great in the fact that we drew so many lands that game, but improvement over the first one. I feel like the prototypes are super cool, and like the scam archetype where you like try and flip the prototypes without paying their full cost is super interesting, or is pretty interesting, but to some degree it doesn't quite excite me as much as I wish it did. It's like, well, I guess we got, well, for the most part, it's been kind of hard to find an opponent that's actually going to like flip it for us, so for the most part, we can kind of just doing it ourselves, or just like full cost casting them, or just curving up to him, which is kind of upsetting, but Brilliant Restoration in the opening is not great. But we will be able to hold up Undying Malice for our Autonomous Assembler here.
Something suspicious is
We're
going
going to remove that, which is annoying.
on. One of your friends has to leave.
We will play out this. Hope that this auto taps well. It does. Awesome. And then we'll end turn. Trying to not give away the fact we have instance open. Discards a card. I think we'll discard the Caves of Koilos. Actually, sorry, the Plains. Extra land isn't super relevant. They only have 1 mana open here, so I think we'll be fine to just do this and then Undying Malice it. Thank you, opponent, for demonstrating exactly what I like about Scam. Beauty. I do have a blocker here, though, so don't have a good answer to that. Opponent. This Guardian of Ghirapur is not doing a whole lot now that we've already flipped the Autonomous Assembler. Bonk. Will they be able to protect this Guardian, or this Liliana all the time. We're gonna just play this. We're not gonna blink our autonomous assembler because there's no reason to. It would just lose its +1. Go for the throat it. In that case, we will cast the Erupted Conviction to draw 2. Yep, opponent, we got tricks. We got tricks. -2, we lose our autonomous assembler. That's fine with us. We are slowly curving our way up to this brilliant restoration with these lands. With these lands, we certainly are. Opponent, I'm surprised that they said goodbye to the Liliana, but to be fair, it makes some sense. Nothing to target with our Guardian of Ghirapur, which makes me sad, but we live. One more land, and we have Brilliant Restoration on the menu, but we're only going to get back one creature here, which would be a little sad, but we're going to wait until, let them have it at their end step here, because if they draw into a land, they can't play it on their end phase, which is cool. Go ahead and play out this. Now we actually have a reason to cast Brilliant Restoration if that Autonomous Assembler dies. Because we're getting more than just one creature back. Alright, no response for the... Or they don't want to sack their blood token. They now have a land in hand. Invoke Despair. We'll go ahead and sack this then. That's going to draw them into like 3 lands, a Shieldred, and... it's going to draw them into everything, but we'll continue just the Angelic Beatdown. Gain a little life because we're going to be dying to a Shieldred here shortly. But they have to pick. Do they want to play out a Shieldred, or do they want to deal with the things in the sky? Kind of suspected that would be part of the outcome. Not really a choice if you just you're straight face. Alright, I think we'll hold off playing this Brilliant Restoration for a turn until they kill the Steel Seraph, because they're going to get rid of it. I guarantee. This is the 3rd Invoke Despair. Show me it. Come on. Don't disappoint. You can't cast a Go for the Throat on it. You're going to cast... Okay, well, it wasn't the 3rd Invoke Despair, so I was kind of disappointed, but... Now we get all of those back with our Brilliant Restoration. Beautiful. We also get a nice side of Face Punch, thanks to good old Shelly and... yeah, you get Flying or something. Something like that. If they don't remove our board, no, actually, we don't win because she'll gain the 2 life. Damn it! Oh no, that can bomb our Steel Seraph and an Autonomous Assembler. Alright, well, that's game. That's game. Alright.
Right, you're toast.
Yep, that is game. Sorry, I'm not playing Shieldred. Oi, oi, oi. We'll take ourselves out here with this Inspiring Overseer, I guess. Oh my goodness. I love Shieldred. I'm being sarcastic, let me be clear, but man, I literally cannot stop myself from getting upset about things. Trying my best here, but please attack in with the Shieldred. No, you're just gonna make us die. Link. It doesn't matter, we're already dead. The trigger's already on the stack. Opponent, let it resolve. Cast your removal, do your things. Crew, draw a card, do whatever you want. My. That was a pain. We were doing so good. We were doing so good, and then invoke Shieldred. That is how it goes. That is how it goes, I guess. I'm wondering if I don't know, I haven't found that I've drawn into the Giada and had it stick around that much, but I've had it played against me like once or twice, and it's like if it does stick around, it's an absolute nightmare. Because then everything they play is just massive, but not quite working for us. Alright, we'll play out Giada because why not? We're not funding a land. Um, Go play out the Steel Seraph with our Giada mana. Steel Seraph comes in with +1 counter. We can play Guardian of Ghirapur with this Giada, and then we can blink the Steel Seraph. Jund Fight Reading. Okay. Cool. Cool. We'll go ahead, move to combat, give this lifelink, I guess. Go in. And then this, okay, this is the big angel thing. We're doing the thing. We're doing the thing. It comes in with 2 +1 counters. This one comes in with 2 +1 counters, and it's flipped. It's no longer the prototype form. That is a lot of flying damage. Now, does the opponent have a response? They have a Unleash the Inferno. That would be not enough, actually. Okay. Well, just a really smooth, clean angel curve out. Absolutely demolished them. That was pretty good. That is the dream. Opponent didn't instantly remove our creature because they were going for something silly as well, which is fight rigging. Fight rigging can be a ton of fun. Free, like crazy free spells. It's always a blast. We made a Sultai fight rigging deck a while ago where we like even capitalized on it even further because we had a spell that could bounce our own permanents or the opponent's like permanents. But it would bounce our like fight. We could bounce our fight rigging back to our hand for just 2 mana, and or sorry, just 1 mana, and then we would cast it again and get another free spell. It was a lot of fun. Guardian of Ghirapur, Autonomous Assembler. Like they could pick any of these and it would be bad. Bad for us. Yeah, that's annoying. Well, if we draw into a swamp, we can play our Phyrexian Fleshgorger, which is good. I don't even think Invasion of Gabacon's a good card. My experience is I've never played it and been like too enthralled by it. Thankfully, we draw into something else to punish our opponent. Steel Seraph, if it gets to live, we will be able to blink it with his Guardian of Ghirapur, which will be huge. They'll probably just exile it. Wedding announcement. That makes some sense. Give it lifelink. We're going to be blinking it anyways, so we will. It doesn't matter if it is tapped. Don't need to give it vigilance. And boom. Untapped 5/4 Steel Seraph. Let's go. Problem is, we're not going to be able to finish off our opponent here fast enough, and they're going to cast a Farewell or Depopulate or any of those things, and we're going to be down in the dumps. Is it worth casting any of these things? I think we'll go cast an Autonomous Assembler here. Let's call that there. And then we'll give this Vigilance and swing in with these two. This leaves us with a blocker up for both their creatures. And puts them down to 1 turn from dead. Surprised no ossification there off of the Restoration of Iganjo. Their own Steel Seraph we can actually remove potentially. Well, we can actually remove. But they can gain a life here. Nope, they don't go and gain a life. So this is a win. Oh my goodness. We actually curved out like a menace these past 2 games, and it's gonna pay the bills. Touch the Spirit Realm, get rid of their blocker, and then Steel Seraph, send the Autonomous Assembler flying, and smash face. That will be 10 damage and a dub. Awesome. My goodness. My goodness, my goodness. Those were some seriously good draws. And I feel like that was turn 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, no, that was probably like turn 6. Turn 6 win is not terrible. It's pretty fast when you think about it. Nothing like mono red. Nothing on mono red. But still pretty good. Ooh, this is a real kind of tough keep. I'm gonna just go for the most greed options here. That looks like soldiers. It's humans? Alright, we'll get the Autonomous Assembler down, which is not bad. That's a pretty good 3-drop. Another Luminarch Veteran. Oh! No way! I know what they're playing. I know exactly what they're playing. They're playing walls. I saw this deck played by Croakies. It's hilarious. So you play a bunch of creatures with Defender, and then there's a Wing Mantle Chaplain, which says every time you create, or you, when it enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 flying bird creature token thing for each creature you control with Defender. And then of course, you have a lot of defenders, you create a bunch of birds, you gain a bunch of life with your Luminarch Veteran, and then you can get them buffed up and anthemed up using like Wedding Announcement. We got like the 1-drop Captive Weird from March of the Machine, which is cool. And then of course Wedding Announcement is just a bloody good card. I'm gonna do this. Go ahead and play this, and then we can still blink something with Touch the Spirit Realm. Give this flying, give this vigilance or something, I don't know. Which one are we resolving here first? Oh, this already has flying, so this is that one. And then this one we want to give it flying. My goodness, it can be hard to keep track of everything. Do you have an Emperor removal? We can just blink in a response to the removal. And if we blink any of these, it's kind of a upgrade. There's gonna Convoke, yeah. Transcendent Message, I forgot about this card. Draw a bunch. And then end turn for us. These Luminarch Veterans might become a problem here real quick, because they're probably going to play out a few defenders. No, they didn't find more defenders. Or that many more defenders. If they play out a Wingmantle Chaplain now, it's not going to be that huge. We need to try and finish off our opponent like this next turn if we can, because otherwise they're about to gain like 20 life. Mark my words, they are. Oh no! Whoops. Okay, well, that was a bit of a mistake on my part. I was supposed to blink it on their second main phase, so they would come back on our go ahead and play this out, I think. Can still do this if we want, and then we'll give this flying, this vigilance or something. Vigilance, flying, bunch of damage. Oh, they're about to gain like 20, 30 life. It's about to be bad. Mark my words, wait for it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This deck is hilarious though. I'm glad that I'm I'm intrigued to be playing against it. I don't know if I can say that I'm glad, but Larder Zombie, yeah, then they can scry a bunch if they want, or surveil a bunch. Please don't tell me you found a Wingmantle. I mean, they have... Okay, this next card, if it's a Wingmantle Chaplain, my goodness, it's gonna be rough. It is! No! Oh. Alright, they create a million birds. And gain a million life. Resolve all, please. Knight Errant of Eos. Okay, they're actually playing Knight Errant of Eos. Croakies did not have Knight Errant of Eos in their deck, so it's very intriguing. Oh my god. There's no way we win against another freaking Wingmantle Chaplain. So upsetting. Oh. Oh my goodness. That's absurd. And each of their flyers is a 2/2. How are we supposed to beat this? There's no way. Oh gosh. They're up to 34 life. Man, we should have gotten rid of their life gain things, but I don't honestly know if there's anything we could have done here. It's honestly a bit of a menace. The deck is honestly a bit of a menace. Those transcendent messages just drew them into absolutely everything they needed to keep the train going. Oh, I kind of want to concede, but I want to give the opponent the fair go at winning the game. I just hope they kill us fast. Alright, now when they play out their Wingmantle Chaplain, it's gonna create like 70 birds. No, it's gonna create a bunch though. How many birds? 8. Or more? 11 fresh new birds. You can see, like I said, we're not gonna be winning this one. Oh. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. We don't have any board wipes. I mean, I could just send the Steel Seraphs in and hope that they get the trades in. Let's just send everything in. Lifelink, lifelink. Hopefully we draw into a, actually we wouldn't even be able to cast a Brilliant Restoration. It's awkward. I mean, they can just take it all and then we just die to the birds. Just take it. Just take it. You have 74 health. Opponent, you're supposed to, like, this is the point where you just shrug it off and win the game the next turn. To be honest, I feel like that is a bit of a misplay by our opponent. But to be fair, when you're going off this hard, it's hard to hard to stop sometimes and think. Maybe I'll put a link in the description to the Croakies video of this deck. I don't know if he came up with it. I think there was another streamer that like actually originated the plan. All that life gain that we had put us in a decent spot here. Oi, oi, oi. Meeting of the minds. I don't, sir, I don't think that's necessary. I don't think it's necessary. Huh. Well, I guess we can say that the Angels lost to Walls, which is pretty funny when you think about it. You'd think angels, the winged things, could fly over the wall, but apparently not. Apparently the case is not. I'm gonna block this. That that's the walls. That's the wall deck. I hope you all enjoyed this game regardless. I think we've demonstrated what the goal for this deck was to do. I don't know if it's most optimal or you could just lean straight into angels, but I think it honestly it performed alright on the ladder. I don't know if I would recommend it as dedicated deck to climb. I think there's potentially more exciting and fun things to do. Uh, but this certainly, if you have the cards, not a bad time to go ahead and play and test it out. It's a relatively fun deck. But if you enjoyed this video, perhaps you'll enjoy yesterday's video where we went ahead and played. Where is it? Come on. We played. Oh, Token Reanimator. This deck was super cool. We played around with Quintorius and Invasion of Tolvana, making spirits and giving our tokens lifelink and all sorts of good things. So that video should be probably on the screen right about now. Have a nice morning, evening, night, afternoon, wherever and whenever you're watching. Ciao.